Oh my goodness. My daughter helped me drive. I made it to my destination. Um, I'm in Florida. I'm not gonna give my exact location in Florida, but I'm in Florida. I've been busy since I got here. The weather is hot. Today it got up to like 91. Next week is gonna be in the hundreds, you guys. The hundreds, okay? Now, I told you guys about my move. I'm gonna tell you about more. Um, I just want to see if anybody's on here and how everybody's doing. The last video I think I did, I talked to you guys about, well, it was last night. That was the last video I did, was about last night. That I reached my destination. But I'm gonna get into more detail about the destination, okay? You guys, I've been receiving, when I was in Pennsylvania, okay, when I was in Pennsylvania, I had like 3 or 4 validations, okay, of where I was supposed to go, okay, where I was supposed to go, okay. Now, what's so interesting is I had 3 people that actually mentioned the state, okay. Now, I've been thinking about moving. I was raised in Florida and Pennsylvania, um, but my destination, okay, the destination is the most important thing, and I'm gonna tell you about the destination, okay. Right now, I'm in Florida for a while, and then the destination, okay, where I was getting discernment, you guys, discernment, literally discernment. I was in my room and I was talking to my daughter, and I kept hearing this state, and I kept asking myself, why am I hearing this state? Okay, there's a reason why I was hearing this state. Okay, a lot of you guys might be getting discernment out here, okay, and you might be scared to act on it. You might be fearful because you don't know which direction to go, or if you will succeed. I'm hearing if you will succeed, okay? You don't know if you're going to succeed. You might feel like you might fail at what you're going to do, but you're not going to fail. Let me show you. You're going to succeed, okay? Now, part of my journey was leaving Pennsylvania. I grew up in Florida. I'm just going to walk and show you, okay? But while I was coming down here, I was driving. It was interesting, okay? While I was coming down here, okay, seen a lot of moving trucks. The southern this part of Florida will probably be like Miami eventually, and California. Just want to show you this beautiful scenery, the beautiful birds. Okay, Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. See? So what I've been getting is there's a lot of movement, right? So I pulled the Chariot card. The Chariot card means movement, right? So a lot of people are moving. And why people are moving right now is because of financial stability. Um, Also, people are moving because of jobs. That is financial. Better opportunities, cost of living. Also is why people are moving. Is anybody on here today? I hope you guys are doing well. Margaret, if you're watching, I've been praying for you, and I got you some medicine and some herbs. Well, not medicine, but I got you some herbs, and I got the Indian Native American patch for the herbs that I got you, okay? They're good for cancer, okay? She's one of my followers, okay? She's been heavily on my mind. So if she's on here, if you're on here, Margaret, please reach out to me. You guys, I am doing reads. Go to my description box. They're not free. You do have to pay for them because I give you guys a lot of information, okay? But this topic we're talking about today is everything. Now, what's so interesting, I did a video about Philadelphia when we had that chemical spill, okay? And people were in the stores and they were looking for water. Now, the same thing just happened in Missouri. I'm here in Missouri, okay? There was another chemical spill, okay? It's to deal with the water, okay? There's something with the water, okay? So when you go to the store, buy extra water, okay? Buy extra food. Now, before I thought prepping was not the way to go, but now prepping is the way to go, okay? The reason why I said is because if something happens like a natural disaster, FEMA's coming in. Now, we all seen what happened in New Orleans when FEMA came in. People were staying. Um, FEMA is natural disasters. I'm gonna show you guys the birds. Okay. Hey, hi. Hey, hi. It's okay. Okay, so I'm talking to, yes, yeah. I wanted when I was driving here, guys. I actually wanted to hug a tree, like seriously hug a tree. The reason why you take your feet off. I did this in other videos. I'm gonna show you. You see how my feet are? That's grounding and earthing. Okay. I don't know if you guys seen that. He wants to show you. Okay. I'm gonna walk barefooted because I'm gonna ground and earth my energy, and then I want to talk about some things that are going on. I got too close. He's telling me to back off. Okay, he's telling me to back off. See? See? You guys see? So I'm walking barefooted. You guys can see that? I'm walking barefooted. I'm earthing and grounding my energy. But when I came down here, you guys, I wanted to just pull over to the side of the road and actually hug a tree. And it may sound weird. But when I came down here, I noticed a lot of things. Okay. I noticed a lot of moving trucks. And when I see that card in the metaphysical, it would be the chariot card. Okay. Movement. Okay. So there's a lot of movement going on. But what's so interesting is also I visit the Tuskegee Airmen. Also I pass where the Murdos, Alex, um Alex and I did a read on Alex and who else it was? Stephen Smith. Okay, his beautiful soul, Stephen Smith. The Carolinas, okay? I will do a read when I get to Tennessee. I will do that read on Summer Moon Wells. That's a read I did. It was my first crime, okay? I want to actually go. I know they have it fenced off, but I can go to the edge of the road, okay? Interesting because when I did her read, and she was one of my first cases, Summer Moon Wells, I was kept showing she was led to the end of her road, end of the road, okay, end of the road. She was led off the property, okay. But this was different that day, okay. She didn't come back that day, okay. Um, but she was one of my first cases, and it still sticks with me to today. Summer Moon Wells case still sticks with me today. Okay, that's a case I'll never let go. Okay, until there's some kind of justice for this case. He wants to show you he can hop, you guys. He will jump when he's ready, but I was too close, so he was telling me to back off. So I backed off. Okay, I backed off. But I'm in Florida. But I seen you guys a lot of a lot of out of state tags. So a lot of people are moving here because of the weather, the beaches. I grew up here, you guys. Just like I grew up in Pennsylvania. Um, the traffic was outrageous today. I was telling my youngest, like, I've never seen the traffic like this. I seen so many out of state tags, and the cost of living here is outrageous. Okay, outrageous. Now, there's people here that own their land, but the land here in Florida is going to be to the point where you're not going to be able to buy land. And I see this all across the board. Um, Land, you guys remember I said land is worth everything. Okay, it's worth more than money. Land. There's going to be a time where people are not going to be able to even buy land. Okay, yeah, buy land. Okay, but I stopped at a lot of stops. I stopped at the Tuskegee Airmen. I stopped in South Carolina, North Carolina. There he goes. He's jumping for you guys. He wants to show off. He's looking for food. We give them, they like popcorn. They're not supposed to, and bread and all kinds of stuff, but we're not supposed to, but we do. That's what they want. They want me to give them food, you guys. Okay. Um, I noticed that the birds been really acting strange. Okay. Remember I said pay attention to the animals. Also, I seen a lot of the trees being burnt down in the Carolinas. It was real interesting to me. They were burning down the trees, and I just want to get out and hug the damn trees, you guys. Because they're building more homes and properties. Now, what I liked when I was driving, and I've drove down to Florida plenty of times, um, was Virginia. Virginia's nice. Certain parts of Virginia is nice. The gas was cheaper. Georgia, the gas was cheaper. Certain parts were nice. You gotta look at the crime rates of the areas that you're moving. You gotta look at the if it's affordable for you and your family. Um, I looked at the crime rate. I look at the affordability if it was affordable for me. Um, but I'm still not where my destiny is gonna end me. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna tell you that story. That story's gonna be very interesting. Okay. Um, but we drove down and I liked North Carolina. North Carolina was beautiful. My aunt lives in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I also seen a lot of military men out on the road. They were practicing. There's a big Marine base. They were Marines. Um, that was when I was in North Carolina. But I seen a lot of burning of the trees. Okay, and what they're doing is they're burning the trees. I think to put up properties like buildings, apartments. Um, but different. Okay. I stopped at Bucky's. Um, I just took my time and I really took in a lot, okay, of what was really going on around me, my surroundings, okay. Also, when I went into the bathrooms, and I didn't see this before when I used to travel, to come back and forth here to Pennsylvania. They have human trafficking codes where if you're being human trafficked, you guys, I can't make this up, okay? Human traffic. You know, I talk about human trafficking. Somebody goes missing every 40 seconds in the United States. And they have like a barcode if you're being human trafficked. So, ladies and men out here, if you guys are being human trafficked, there is barcodes. You can scan the barcode, but the problem is you would need a phone to scan a barcode. So they need to make some kind of technology where at these rest stops that they can pick up a phone, okay, or give a signal. I think the signal for help, I don't know if it's this or something, kidnap. There's a signal my daughter was telling me about, but I can't remember it. But I'll do it on another live. Like if you need help or you've been kidnapped, it's something like this or like this. I don't know, but it's to tell you that you're in trouble. No, it's for help. I need help. Okay, it's like a sign language, but it's like a hand gesture. Okay, but my thing is, if somebody's been human trafficked, they don't give human traffickers the girls or the guys that are being pimped phones. Okay, if they do, they're monitoring the phones. So they need to make some kind of technology where these rest stops have like telephones where they can dial out because they have to put their phone to the barcode. Okay. How many people that are being trafficked have a phone, first of all? And how many people can put the phone to the barcode? But I'm glad they had it there. They also had a phone number. If you see somebody being human trafficked, call the number. Okay. Now, also what I noticed too, there was so many things I was trying to like write it down and process it, you guys. I stopped at the south of the border and it's called by Dillon, South Carolina. What was so interesting in the south of the border, when you go one direction, you're going to Texas, right? The next you're going to Florida because you can't go no more south in Florida, right? But what I noticed was so interesting when I stopped at the south of the border. Like I told you guys, I grew up here, okay? I grew up in Pennsylvania, I grew up in Florida. What I noticed is when I stopped at the south of the border, it was different. Okay. It wasn't a lot of traffic. Like people will go visit, like tourism and stuff. I didn't see that. Okay. I think people, it depends on their financial situation, but there was a lot of people at Bucky's, but the south of the border, I told you to my daughter, I said, we have to get in and out before dark, because I don't know, we need to get to the hotel we were staying at. Because at night, I don't like to be, um, anywhere, especially south of the border, because I don't know what's going to happen, because there's people that are traveling, And what I noticed too about the truckers, when the COVID hit, the truckers were not getting, they have a wait station. And I feel like the truckers were not getting stopped when the COVID was going on. So I believe there was a lot of human trafficking going on when the COVID hit, because they were not stopping the truckers. This is what I was hearing. Okay. Now, what I was getting to when I was down south, especially the Carolinas, especially in South Carolina, you guys, the plantations, you guys, the ancestors were speaking. I drove by so many open, they're waiting for me to feed them some bread. Okay. I stopped by so many, they were plantation. Okay. They were plantations. And I could picture my ancestors working on these plantations. Okay. I can feel their energy coming off the damn ground of these plantations. Okay. And it was so intense and so real. Okay. Um, and I can feel them speaking. Okay. The ancestors are speaking. Okay. They are speaking. I noticed that. Now, before I didn't notice that. I noticed it, but not to the point. This time I really noticed it. Okay. They were speaking. Now, there's a house on my page. I want to show you. I put it up. What happened was I was at a gas station in this house. Okay, a lot of houses in South North Carolina, they're abandoned homes. Okay, but everywhere there's energy. Okay, left energy where people have been in these areas. So I went to the gas station. I seen the house. It was to the left of me, and I told my daughter, I said, let's drive up to the yard, but I'm not going inside the house. It was an abandoned building. Okay, anybody could have been in there sleeping. But I didn't get out and walk the whole ground, right? Because whatever happened on that land was not good. Okay, that was the energy that I was getting. Whatever happened on that land was not good energy. Okay. Um, and somebody said that seen somebody hung. Yeah, somebody was hung on that land. Okay. Yeah, somebody was actually hung on that land. Yes, hung. There's energy that's left everywhere we go energetically. Our energy is being left in places, people, and things that we come across. So, energies that have passed years ago, their energy is still there. Okay. Because when people cross over, sometimes they go back to the familiar. Okay. I call them the shadow people. Okay. The shadows that we see, um, they go back to familiar environment that they left, that they were familiar with. And that's what I was picking up from that land. Familiar spirits. Familiar spirits. Okay. Um, I will be in native land in a few. I will do that native read of the Native women, but I have to do that on native land. That's why I haven't did the read on the Native American women. I have to be on Native American land when I do that read. And it will be probably most likely Cherokee or Navajo land that I'll be on. There's some nations they will not let you on their land, okay? Um, and some nations they will let you on the land. Some nations they will not let you on their land, okay? Um, so I have to respect that. Okay. But there's a certain spot that I am definitely going. I have friends there and they know I'm coming. So I will do that read when I'm on native land. One was Navajo and one was Cherokee land. So I will do that read on the missing Native American women. You guys, I feel like Native American, I won't call them American, they're native, the native women. Um, they're being trafficked, they're being hunted like animals. Hunted, yes, hunted. They're being hunted down like animals. They are being bred, yes, bred. They're breeding camps. Um, but I see them being hunted. Okay. Now, what I see is there's some kind of elites. Okay, they're telling me to speak. There's some kind of elites that they hunt. They go all around the world and they hunt. Right. These elites they go past the hunting of animals. Okay, these elites go to the hunting of humans. Okay, this is a game for them. Okay, they watch this. This kind of reminds me of I always say it reminds me of a movie because they tell us what they do. They hunt humans, you guys. Okay, humans for entertainment purposes. Native American women and men are being hunted. Okay, also there's a drug because you guys are gonna understand and native land and the native is run by the chiefs. They have their own police, and then they have the police that are outside native land. Okay, they're not communicating with each other like they should be communicating with each other. This is why these women are going missing. Okay, they're being trafficked and they're being hunted like prey. Okay, and they're being I've seen a breeding, and there's something with their blood. Okay, there's something with Native American blood. This is also what I'm picking up. I've been picking this up for a very long time. Um, but when I first went to do the read, I was told to hold off on that read um, because it has to be in native land and it has to be over fire. Okay. But they're being hunted. There's a game that the elites play. Um, and this is not just, it's in South America, it's in Africa, where they hunt humans. Humans. They hunt them down um, and they watch. Okay. Now, these are people that like to hunt. These are people that get off and they bet on the humans that will live, and they bet on the humans that won't survive. Okay. Um, so they make you run. They tell you to go run, right? You run, and then you're dead. You don't make it out. Okay. Now I'm also seeing underground. Okay. So there's some kind of underground tunnels here. Okay. But they're being told to run. They run. Once they run, they bet. When they bet, that's when they become hunted. They become the prey. Okay. These are high people. Okay. People with big money. This is being recorded. They can actually watch the hunts because I'm hearing watch the hunts. Um, this is what I'm picking up. Okay. Now, also, I see something with the blood. There's something in the blood that's different. Now, I've been picking this up for a long time. It's a hunting game, but they're only hunting. The hunting is not the deers, the bears. The hunting is the humans. Okay, I may sound crazy as a bed bug. Okay, um, but the hunt is the humans. Okay, um, and a lot of Native Americans, their there's organs being taken out, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this. Native Americans was not introduced to alcohol. Okay, they got introduced to alcohol. It was a trade. Okay, they would trade, right? So in many Native American societies, especially in Alaska, alcohol is forbidden. Okay, the reason why alcohol is forbidden is because alcohol is a portal. Okay, so that other entities into you. Okay, and also it changes and alters your state of consciousness. Okay, alcohol, yes, alcohol. Okay, so when they drank the alcohol, they didn't know what to do. Okay, they have plants that change the altered states of the consciousness. Okay, but they use these plants for ceremonies. Okay, they also use these plants to speak to the ancestors. Okay, now the alcohol put them in another state too, but they were more open. Okay, yes, more open. That's why in Alaska, in certain communities, you can't have alcohol. But this is what I'm seeing for the natives. I will do that read on Cherokee land or Navajo land for sure over fire. And I will have my war makeup on when I do that read, okay? Because I'm going to be channeling the ancestors, okay? All of Native ancestors that day. And they're going to show me what I need to see, okay? They have shown me, but they're really going to show me, okay? But it's some kind of game. It's a hunting game, okay? Also with the addiction, there's something with addiction. They're getting addicted to drugs. Organ trafficking is real, okay, on native land. Now it's so interesting. When I first wanted to do native read, you guys, I'm telling you, the natives are speaking, the ancestors are speaking. They told me to hold off, okay, because I have to do it the right way. I have to do it over fire, and it has to be on native land because I'm calling on all native tribes, not just my native tribe. Okay, I'm calling on all native tribes. Okay, for that read. But you guys, I'm going to end this. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope everybody's safe out here. I just want to tell you guys I'm okay. Um, I'm going to come back on here with a collective reading. And I want to talk about this guy that's talking about we're in heaven. Okay, he's calling this place heaven, you guys. He wrote the Emerald Tablets. Okay, he wrote the Tablet. He wrote a book called the Emerald Tablet. It talks about in Kemet. In Kemet, they took the books of the Egyptians, and the Egyptians had the laws. Okay, um, and it was written also on the walls. Okay, so I'm gonna do a read about that and what I'm getting from this guy because I was picking up his energy. He's calling this place heaven, and I find that interesting that he calls this place where people are being murdered, um, not just murdered, all this stuff that's going on. Heaven. He's calling this place heaven. So I'm going to pull on his energy. I was pulling on his energy, but I'm really going to pull on his energy and channel him and tell you what I'm actually getting from him. Now, I heard he did jail time. Now, in jail, they read a lot of books. They have to have time to read books. A lot of people become Muslim. Um, a lot of people become Christians. A lot of people get saved. But who really is this man that's saying we're in heaven? Okay, who is this man with all this knowledge? He didn't come with this knowledge. This knowledge was already out here. But I want to talk about the Emerald Tablet. Okay, and I think his name is Billy Carson. Billy Carson, his name. So I'm going to do a read on him. So I'll be back on you guys. All right. This is Jennifer Felix, you guys. I'm sending you light and love. Light and love, my beautiful souls.